Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Dream Team Chat on a Tuesday. I am so glad that you are here. We have lots of friends tonight because this topic kind of relates to the whole Sensi field. Like, this is something for all of us. And I'm excited to really have a shift in our spirit, I think SFR really produced that. It's like a clear focus shift. And for those who couldn't be there, I really want that to come through. Like, if I could say anything tonight, it is that we should have a new mindset and we should be feeling the passion and feeling the motivation and feeling like focus for our business. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight is belief. That was like a big theme for belief, and relationship was a huge theme, I think, for SFR. And I think what played into that a lot was that we were at Cincy home office. So we literally got back from SFR days ago. And it was in Boise, Idaho, which is where Cincy has been born and raised. Like, that is where they have been moving and grooving and building this incredible business that includes all of us. And the vision and the focus for the future I just think is so clear. And so being there at the home office, and I'm sure Beth will agree, and other people who have been at home office before, seeing people who have never been to home office before experience it for the first time was life-giving to me. Like, that made my experience 10 times better because them seeing it's almost like inviting somebody into your home, which is, the theme, welcome home. But like, it's like when somebody comes into your home and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Look what you've done with the place. And it's like, oh, no, isn't this great? Like, it was kind of that feeling. And it was like so cool to see people having that reaction and just feeling the love and all of the ooey gooey chocolate chip gooey feelings, right? So there's that part of it. And so we are tonight going to do a little bit of the recap from SFR, and I have shared the notes with you guys and talk about the dates that are coming, the upcoming dates that we know about, and just like a brief synopsis of all of that, and then like forward thinking, right? What are we doing in our business? Some of the things that I've heard, some of the things that has been on my heart in my business, and we're just going to roll that way. Okay, so um, what we have keynotes during SFR, and if you watch virtually, I'm sure you saw them. But keynotes are always my favorite part, I think, and especially hearing from Heidi and Orville, and even Dan. Like, those keynotes are some of the best advice for like not just Sensi, but like your entire life. Like you are speaking right to everything that I need to hear about every little pocket of my life. And I think that that's really amazing. And it can be so emotional. And Heidi cries all the time. And so I'm just like, ah. But her keynote was something that I think every single person needed to hear because it was something that I think collectively we've struggled with in the last few years. And I don't think that it was intentional, but it definitely created a backwards momentum for our businesses. And I'll speak for myself. I am going into, I'll celebrate 9 years in September, and I definitely have felt a shift in my belief. I have felt a shift in my business momentum, and I felt nobody for that except me, but it got me thinking, like, was Sensi doing just fine and I just wasn't feeling the mood and the belief, or has the entire community felt that as well? And I think that the entire community has felt that for whatever reason, doesn't matter. But this idea of belief, right? And what belief does to our character and how we use belief to create discipline and all of the things that belief holds in ourselves really changes so much of how we interact with our life and how we interact with our business specifically. And so, of course, she talked a lot about that, right? And so, questions like, if you were feeling that shift as well, what has changed since you first joined? And you can absolutely comment in the comments and we can chat about it after. But what has changed? What did you feel in the beginning versus what do you feel now? And if you're new here, maybe nothing has changed. Maybe you're like, I'm still riding the high. Like, I feel this fire in myself. But if you've been around for a little bit, even a couple of years, you might know that that shift or that something has changed. Maybe your why has changed. Maybe the vibes have changed. Like, what has changed since you first joined? And can you trace it back to a belief about the way the business is going, a belief about whether you can do this business, what your version of success looks like, maybe what Scentsy's version of success looks like what what can you narrow it down to? And if it's belief, why? And she said something that was really profound. And I really love this because I'm a very hopeful person. Like I don't lose hope about a lot of things, honestly. I have hope, right? I carry hope around like it's my best friend because I don't want to ever be hopeless. And so I love what she said, that belief isn't something that we lose, it just gets buried, right? And so if you think about that, and especially as it relates to our business, it's like, has the belief in Scentsy or your business gotten buried underneath the chatter, right? The chatter around us about feeling negatively about MLMs or even Scentsy specifically, right? Or has life buried your belief in your business? Maybe it's peers, maybe it's friends, maybe it's family or whatever. But I think that that is so incredibly true for us that all we have to do is have the courage to dig it back up and put it where it belongs, right? We don't have the right to keep it buried. We have this amazing, incredible business that means something to all of us. And we have a company that has proven time and time and time and time again, 22 years worth of proving that they are who they say they are and they'll do what they say they'll do, right, for the betterment of us. And so, really, what are we basing our belief on? Because if it's not that, then it's probably false, right? And I've even had to like combat the own lies in my brain about where Scentsy is going or if I can do what I've done before, which is silly. If I've done it once, I can do it again, right? Or even what I haven't done yet, the belief that I can achieve that. Who the heck do I think I am thinking that I can't achieve something, right? So, what does it look like to bury up that belief? What does it look like to put it back where it belongs and refocus our minds into knowing that this company is something that at some point we believed in. We believed in ourselves enough to press join. We believed in ourselves enough to commit to going to SFR, going to an event, to being in community. You guys are in community right now. So, where does that belief belong? Okay. So, her entire, if you have not watched it yet, I beg of you, it is so good. But she said things like tune out the noise, which is obvious, but it's a very hard thing to do. Social media can be a very loud pitter patter in the background. And the louder we turn that up, the quieter our belief, our courage, our actual people who care about us gets quieter. And we shouldn't be doing that. We have to just tune it out. Something else she said was expect things to be hard. Yeah, right? Yes. Expect things to be hard. I tell people when I'm having joint conversations, it's not that it's it's easy, but it's simple. And I don't want to say that it's easy because there are going to be things that are hard. Life's hard. Get a helmet, like we have to figure it out. It's going to be difficult. Does not mean that you can't do it because you can do hard things. I'm sure you've done hard things. Moms, you've done hard things. We have carried around full grown human beings. We can do hard things. Okay. Um, Managing yourself, I mean, basics of entrepreneurship, owning a business, being your own boss, like all of the things that we're selling to the world about how awesome the Scentsy business is, but we actually don't want to adhere to the fact that we have to be able to manage ourselves. We have to be able to know what's priority, right? Tuning out the noise and getting to work, like that has to fall in line with what you want your business to look like. Makes sense to me. She said preparation creates confidence, obviously. And there was like this whole discussion about when does a person feel confidence? Is it when you do the thing, or is it when fear enters the picture? Like, at what point do you feel confident? I'll tell you, I feel the most confident after I've done something, even when I was fearful or when I thought that I was going to fail. I did it, and I celebrated the little win that happened or the big win or whatever. But after I did it, I felt more confident. It's crazy how that works, right? You go in with as much preparation you can, you analyze the outcomes, right? I always say, play it out all the way. If you're going to say, what if this person says no? What if this party fails? Okay, cool. Play it out all the way to the end. What if it does fail? Are you going to die? Is your business going to flop 100%? Is it going to go down the toilet? No, it's not. You prepare to the best of your ability, and then you take the next step forward. You do the next right thing, right? That creates confidence. She said persistence builds uh oh my gosh. Hold on. That's supposed to say mastery, not mastery, because that's not a word. Persistence builds mastery through countless small efforts that no one sees, and that builds resilience physically, mentally, and emotionally. So every little thing you do in your Scentsy business that nobody is paying attention to, right? The samples I was just making, right? The things that I'm printing out, the messages that I'm sending, nobody's seeing any of that. But all of that is moving my business forward. Okay? I'm going to be better at being persistent about those small efforts, because it makes me more confident, and it strengthens my mind and who I am and what I'm capable of. And it strengthens my emotional ability to handle what I've been given. Because it's easy to sit back and be like, well, my business not doing anything. I guess I'll just sit here and watch Netflix for the next 2 hours because it's just not working. It's because you're not working. We're not working, right? Where has the belief gone? Um, going back to simple. Going back to simple. That was really heavy on my heart, because I feel like I have scaled back and I have simplified a lot of what I've done in my business, but almost to a negative point where I'm not doing actually the things that matter. I've just scaled it back, and now it's like, now I'm coasting. Now I'm coasting on what I've already built and just hoping it gets me by. And I'm just not moving forward at all, really. I'm not having joint conversations like I should be. I'm not booking parties. I'm not sending out samples. I'm not getting the sniffs under people's noses, because that sells, right? And that may seem complicated, but it's not. That's actually the bread and butter of how this business works. We are still, people can argue this, but we are still a party planning business. And you can frame the party however you want, but unless you're in front of people or you are in constant conversation with people and getting the smells under people's noses, how long will this go on? How long can you coast on what people already know? Right? And trust and believe, I'm talking to myself here. Okay? There are things that I need to reintroduce into my business in a simplified version, but that will continue to take steps forward, not coast. Okay, done coasting. So let's talk about some of the fun stuff, because there was fun stuff happening, right? So we have some things that are coming up in terms of the early access that just released on Monday, which was the Harvest Bar 5-pack. Hey, who got that? Drop it in the comments. And then the stickers and the harvest brochures became available. The stickers also including the new harvest stickers that will be coming out on September 1st, like the, not harvest stickers, that's the wrong word, the new seasonal scents that will be coming out. All of those have dropped now, so you are able to get those. So that is this, and I think, no, this isn't available yet. This and the 5-bar pack and the stickers are available to purchase right now, because we're past July 20th. August 1st, the Halloween brochures should be available to purchase, which looks like this. So let's talk about what these are. Okay. First of all, these feel amazing. I don't know if it's just me, but they're like woody, like matte, thick paper. Like not thick, thick, but like they just have a different feel. They're not glossy, and I love that. I think it was me and Beth talking about how good they smell. They smell so good. It smells like real trees. Anyways, these are meant to be inserts. Okay. So yes, we are still in an annual catalog, and we need to make sure that our brain and our mindset views that as a good thing. Okay. We want to talk about the bread and butter of our business, right? So when you look at our annual catalog, when you look at what we have to offer on our website, it is the bread and butter of what Scentsy is about. This is your fallback. This is your go-to. This is, I have nothing to share. Let me open this up. This is what my conversations need to be based off of. Everything else is literally icing. Okay. And they did this so that they could create things like this that fits nicely, not literally, but also literally into here as an additional thing for your bread and butter. Okay. Or your bread. And then this is cinnamon butter from Texas Roadhouse. Okay. This is additional. Um, these are meant to be extras, and these are great things. And we would not get all of this additional if we were having multiple catalogs like we used to. Okay, so annual catalog, good thing. What that also means though is that we don't have a transition month anymore. So I see a lot of people asking about like, are we getting the 10% off? Nope, we're not. We're not. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We have plenty to talk about at full price. We love that. Okay. And we have a lot of amazing, oh, my screen just went dark. We have a lot of things coming up that we also can look forward to talking about. So none of that. Uh, No, no, second. What the heck is happening? Hold on. Okay, my computer. Um, so annual catalog, good thing. Okay. Bread and butter. August 15th, our flyers will be available for the September edit. And our September edit is really awesome because it's the biggest edit, the biggest Halloween drop that we've ever had. And it's going to be bringing back the Peanuts collection, which is awesome. And then we're getting a new product, which is the Reed diffusers, which are very trendy right now. People are probably going to love it. Okay. Um, the September warmer and scent of the month, so stinking cute. It's Booze Treats, it's the pumpkin, and I think he's holding the bag of like the little pumpkin of like it's a pumpkin bag like he's trick-or-treating. It's very cute. And then dark veiled lilac, which if you were at SFR or you got giveaways, you'll get a pot of it. It smells really good. They did this like thing where they took our super classic scents or super popular scents like Amazon Rain, Luna, and Lilac and Violet and kind of like made them moody. So it's like a moody version of those scents. And it's like, I don't know. I really love it. And I don't even like Halloween that much. So I'm here for that. And then October 1st, we are getting, I'm so excited. Um, the gingerbread edit. So if you have been around last holiday season, the gingerbread stuff is very popular. The plates, the warmer that sold out in like 20 minutes, the gingerbread house warmer sold out. They are basing an entire edit off of that, including that gingerbread train that I'm sure all of you have seen. Gorgeous. They're bringing the plates back. It is going to be epic. Not to mention, we're also going to have a new candy cane topper for the retro trucks that have been so popular. And we have our Coca-Cola partnership, right? So back to belief, okay? Whether you have all the answers or have all the context for where Scentsy is or where Scentsy is going, there is something that should make you feel more safe than you felt, hopefully, or as safe as possible in this business, knowing that we are partnering with one of the biggest. I mean, if Disney didn't convince you, here you go. But one of the biggest companies, well known around the world, partnerships, brands, Coca-Cola. I don't know about you, but I like Diet Coke. Diet Coke is my little fridge sig. I don't see Coca-Cola partnering with people a lot or companies a lot. That's a big deal. They're not going to partner with somebody or a company that they think is on the outs, right? So you want to feel safe and you're looking for a sign, here's your sign. Scentsi's not going anywhere. And I have been saying that I have never, ever for a moment thought Scentsy was going anywhere. Never. That never crossed my mind. And it's okay if it's crossed yours. No, no shade, none at all. But I have never felt that way because every time something has come up, I have either one, sought out context, right? Because context is everything. My pastor says that. I believe it to be true. Once we understand and we're seeking to understand, we most of the time get an answer that soothes whatever is fearful in our hearts, right? But we have to seek that context and ask the questions. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. And if the context is not available, then faith carries me through, right? Because I've never been burned by Scentsy to the point that I can't have faith. So there's a huge belief factor that I think weighs on this idea that Scentsy's going, and we're just bracing for impact. And I do not, with my whole chest, believe that to be true for 1 second. Are there adjustments, evolutions that we're going to have to talk about? Yeah. Yeah. Um, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I'm going to talk about why. So we are, I'm sure you've heard, uh, the Amazon storefront has launched. It launched yesterday. I did just see that Heidi and Orville posted a video explaining it. And so I'm not going to do much of butchering what they said because Heidi and Orville explaining it is the context that you need to soothe whatever fear is in your heart. Because I'm telling you what, uh, full clarity, not the first time I had heard it when they were on stage, but them explaining it, that entire room I felt like was like, oh, okay, yeah. You may not love the idea, that's okay. And even if you don't like the idea, that's okay. But bottom of the barrel, you have to understand why it makes good sense. Okay. And it does make good sense for them to be on Amazon as a well-established, trusted brand for brand awareness, consultant awareness. No, it does not lead people to consultants, but the brand awareness will. And if you are putting yourself out there, you're going out and booking parties, you're meeting new people, you're networking, all those things. If they see Scentsy on Amazon and they see, oh, wait, I don't want to pay $30 for a 3-pack of pre-made bars. I actually want some Limon Fresco, and that's not available on Amazon. But wait, I met this girl at a home party 2 weeks ago and she sells Scentsy. Let me see if she has some of that because I don't want to pay that price on Amazon, right? Or they see it for the first time on Amazon and then walk past your booth at a fair or a vendor event, right? Lots of reasons why. That's just tip of the iceberg, right? That's how it benefits us, but it benefits our business as in much more ways. Okay. The Amazon storefront, there it is. Let's talk about TikTok. Okay. Social media, love it, hate it, whatever, it's here. It's what we're doing. Okay. And I have always said, if you don't want to be on social media, you don't have to be, blah, 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 blah. And for some people, not being on social media works really well. But if you're here and you are kind of on social media, kind of not sure where to go, whatever, I'm going to encourage you to step up to the plate and start learning and acknowledging that we have a generation coming up, and I'm not of that generation. I'm a millennial, okay? A proud millennial. My side part and hot skinny jeans are here to stay, all right? But we have a generation that's coming up that requires us to approach them differently with this opportunity. and that's okay. We are old dogs that can learn new tricks. Okay. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And what's even better is we have a company, a $1 billion company that has heard that, acknowledged it, and is wanting to give us the tools to be able to do that better. Okay. So us being on TikTok creates brand awareness. Don't we love that? But it creates opportunity for us, consultants, influencers, people who want to be influencers, people who want more eyes on their business, people who spend way too much time doom scrolling on TikTok to actually be productive. Okay, they see that and they're giving us another space to do that in. This is simply just another tool. So what TikTok, this in this TikTok shop thing is you as a consultant or influencer or whatever can get on TikTok, under the requirements that TikTok has of to be a TikTok shop creator, you have to have 1,000 followers. Okay, so if you are kind of dabbling on TikTok, posting here and there, I suggest you be consistent and start building community there. And the community is kind of different, so you have to find your way, but building community there. And if you're not on TikTok yet, get on TikTok. I am sure everybody here has either a TikTok, has seen a video from TikTok, or has been sent a video from TikTok from somebody, right? That is another social media platform. In fact, it is the most popular watched on people on it in our entire lifetime. It supersedes Facebook, Instagram, MySpace. MySpace. What a time to be alive. It supersedes all of that. People are on TikTok by the millions. What's great about TikTok? Short form videos, people telling stories, buying things on TikTok for half the price. Except that Scentsy not going to be doing that. Scentsy not going to be allowing people to sell on TikTok for discounted prices unless they can go to your website and get the same discounted price. What that's going to do is we're going to get a limited opportunity. Oh, that's not the right word. We are getting limited access to some of Scentsy's products to be able to share on TikTok. So it's not going to be our full catalog. It's not going to be the new drops. It's not going to be all of that. But you as a TikTok shop creator can sell Scentsy through the TikTok shop. Okay. Under Scentsy's conditions. And make no mistake, Scentsy has to pay to play with TikTok. Okay, so they're having to pay TikTok for us to be on there, under TikTok's conditions. This is something that has to happen with other companies too. It's not just Scentsy, but it's a pay to play. So our commission through TikTok shop will be low, but you will get commission via TikTok. And then any leftover commission that's supposed to be paid off or paid out to you will be attached to your commission check. And also you'll get PRV for everything you sell on TikTok. And also it'll count towards numbers. Okay. Why are we doing this? Because Gen Z is on TikTok. Because millions and millions and millions of sets of eyes are on TikTok. How are we going to meet new people when we're on Facebook looking at the same 3 dog photos of our best friend? How are we going to meet new people when we're on Instagram and Instagram's algorithm is sending us the same 10 people? We go where the people are. I want to go where the people are. If I'm feeling this pumped up about my business and I'm trying to get new eyes on it, I want to be where the people are. Put me in a room full of Gen Z. I'll figure it out. Right? And that has to be your mindset. Interesting fact they told us about Gen Z. Gen Z needs 11 touch points before they make a decision about something. They need to see the same pair of jeans 11 times, average, in order to decide, okay, I'm bought in. I think I'll try it. I think they said, was it millennials or boomers only needed 3? I'll tell you what, me as a millennial, I think I need 1.5. And then I'm bought in. But I think it was boomers that needed 3, right? So we're looking at a drastically different type of demographic. So that means that's good news for us Because what that means is that you can take the same product and recreate it 12 times, right? Putting same wax and I mean, the content creation is limitless. It's almost like brainless. You have one warmer. Cool. Pop out 12 videos of you sharing that warmer differently. 3 second, 6 second, 10 second, 30-second videos. Boom, 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 boom. All you need is a camera and, my personal opinion, good lighting, but a camera and the ability to film. You'll be just fine. But if you're not already there doing that, do it. Gen Z, we have to get there. We have to get there. That is the demographic. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. That's who we need to be talking to. That's who we need to be trying to attract. I'll give you an example of something I did today. I said, oh wait, no, let me talk about what Gen Z is looking for. So during SFR, they had a panel, which was really cool, of older consultants who have been here 18, 20, 21 years. And then their daughters, okay, grown daughters who have now joined Scentsy because they're 18, 20, 22, 28. I think it was like 20 to 28 or something like that. Grown daughters. So obviously that's the market we're trying to reach, right? That generation, that demographic. I love that Scentsy put them on stage and we talked to the moms, right? The people that we know and love, and then their daughters who have walked in to this business. They've watched their mom go through all the changes of this business and still said, I want to do this. And they asked their daughters, what were you looking for? What is Scentsy providing you? What would you say to somebody about why Scentsy is a good business to get into? Gen Z, believe it or not, are looking for instant pay. What do you know? We have instant pay. Gen Z is also looking for travel. Since he's got travel, right? You can travel. They're looking for entrepreneurship. Well, by golly gosh, for $9, you can have your own business. They're looking to be able to stay at home with their families, to stay at home with their babies that they're having. What a beautiful thing. Many, many, many of us join Scentsy for the same reason, or are currently staying at home with our children. And they're also looking to make money. Doesn't that all feel so relatable? You can at least relate to one or two of those things, bare minimum. So today, I did a video of us at the pool at noon or 1 o'clock or whatever time it was, and I went to Chat GPT and I said, Chatty, because her name's Chatty, Chatty, I need a hook for a reel that I filmed being at the pool with my kids on a Tuesday afternoon, and I want that hook to capture Gen Z's attention. What's the hook? Gave me like 20 different options. Okay, hitting on all of these things. Chat GPT, AI, hate it, love it, whatever. If you want to use your own big, beautiful brain, I encourage you to do that. Me, my creativity comes in waves. So I need some help sometimes. I go to Chatty and I play around with what it is, and then boom, content done. Okay? Chat GPT or whatever AI feature you're using, that can help. Okay? So, TikTok, it's time. Okay? These are evolutions in this business that are necessary. 100% necessary. One of the big stickler points for a lot of consultants who have been paying attention to trends or paying attention to other businesses or whatever, talking to people in other businesses, one of the big sticky points is that Scentsy is behind. Scentsy was behind with instant pay, Scentsy was behind with some other things. So we're like, Scentsy, we got to catch up, right? And that's what Scentsy is doing. They're literally doing things that all these other network marketing companies that you may be seeing pop up and all these leaders doing, they're already doing this. Scentsy is just getting into the game, and it's a good thing. We can get into the game and change the game. There's still time for us to make waves. There's still time for us to make a mark in this section of our world. Okay? But if you don't jump in now, you're going to be left behind. And we don't want that. So, with that being said, in an evolution mindset, since he is giving us new titles, okay? And I love this. I think that this pairs so perfectly with our rebrand. I think this pairs perfectly with the idea that since he is childlike wonder, since he is joy, since he is enlivening the senses, since he is changing the world of fragrance, right? We can have all of that wrapped up in a more professional, neutral, trendy vibe. Okay. We ourselves splash our worlds with color. We ourselves bring the personality. We ourselves are what emulate the childlike wonder. Okay. We can do that without whatever was happening before. What Scentsy is saying about the titles, the changing of titles, is they want what we do in our title to be recognized by somebody who is just coming along and saying, oh, wait, you're a star director? What does that even mean? That's more childlike wonder. That's more joy. But to somebody who's not a part of this business but is interested or asking questions, they have no idea. So what do you do? Superstar director? What do you sing? Are you a star? No, I have no shade because before these titles, I was like, I wear superstar director very proudly. But these new titles breathe life into what we do, and it defines in a way that says this is a professional thing. We are professional fragrance consultants. We have partnered with a company that is very professional to mentor, to partner with, to um, level up in our professional status. So these titles say that. These titles are what we are doing. And I love that since he said, we want what you do to be matched by what we say to you, what we say you are. So certified consultant will move to partner, right? Because what verbiage are we using that I love to use it? Hey, do you want to partner with Scentsy? Right? So when you first come into Scentsy, you're a partner. That's what you agreed to. I said, do you want to partner with Scentsy? And you said yes. So correct. You're partnered. Okay. I'm sorry, that's essential consultant, not certified. Certified consultant is a certified partner, right? All right. You've got your feet wet. Cool. You know what you're doing now. All right. Now you've got your certificate. You've got your certified title. You're a certified partner. Lead consultant is now a coach because what are you doing as a lead consultant? Now you have people underneath you. Now you are coaching people in this business. Perfection. Uh uh Star took me a second. Star consultant is a senior coach. Now you've got a whole bushel of people, right? And you're moving through, you're leveling up. You're being able to coach a large group of people or a larger group of people. Superstar consultant is now an associate mentor with leadership access. We love that so much. There is no more uh, um, director Q. There is no more of that weird gray area. They wanted to completely remove that feeling of shame or I guess that weird in between where it's like, am I a leader? Am I not a leader? Am I a director? Whatever. Because a lot of the time, superstar consultants are acting like directors. They are doing director things. They should have a title that reflects that, and they should have access to the training and to the activities that reflect the effort that they're putting in. We love that. Associate mentor, where we are in a position where we are doing the right things and we are making strides towards more. Okay. Director is mentor, obviously. Star director is senior mentor, and superstar director is executive mentor. Y'all tell me in the comments what you're feeling about that. What is your title right now? How do you feel? But I personally think that titles are not everything. Titles do not define us. Titles do not say everything about what you do in this business, and it doesn't have to be the end all be all. But it's like being given a new name. I mean, it is being given a new name, but I think that there's something really powerful about taking on something that you're proud to do, right? I'm a senior coach. Like I am proud of the work that I'm doing. I have leveled up, I have worked hard at this, and I am in the season of coaching others. That brings like some like pride and some like, whoo, yeah, you got this, you know? So I love that. I think that that's really amazing. Um, okay. So I've kind of touched on this, but overall, the thing that sits with me is the word that has come to mind over and over again is forward. Forward thinking, forward doing. We are looking forward at what Scentsy has for us. We are looking forward at the possibilities of our business. We all have businesses that have come so far, right? Whether you're a week in, a year in, 10 years in, we've come so far in our businesses. It is not the time to dip out. It is not the time to quit. It is not the time to say you can't do this. It's time to pick up your business and to move forward. We are, I believe we are on the brink of Scentsy 3.0. I think we are on the brink of an incredible turn of mindset, an incredible turn of the world economically. I think there's so much ahead. And all we have to do is just keep moving forward. It is literally one day at a time, one task at a time, one simple thing at a time, right? And I know in my brain right now the 3 or 4 things I'm going to focus on. And one of our keynote speakers talked about impossible goals. What's an impossible goal? And my recollection of him breaking that down was like, an impossible goal is something that is crazy, but it is what you want to do. It's crazy. And you put a stricter timeline on it. So, like for me, I need to grow up 4 new directors or 4 directors. And I want to do that by next SFR. That feels crazy. That feels impossible to me. That feels scary. I feel a little nauseous just saying that on out loud. Um, but that's my impossible goal. That is the confidence that I am bringing into this business for the next year, right? And I know what I have to do. I have to go back to the basics. I have to go back to asking people to book parties, meeting new people, getting sense under people's noses, sharing the opportunity. Like, why did I ever stop doing that? I literally have 2 bag parties to drop off tomorrow just because I posted one time about sharing the fall scents. Hello? What have I been doing? People want what we have. Do you want to share it? Is the question. Okay. So these are things that I want you to keep in your back pocket just as we close. Um, these are not my quotes, but these are good quotes. It's not about talent or motivation. It's about doing what you said you would do. Are you kidding? I'll let you sit with that one. The impossible goal. What's yours? I want you guys to be thinking about that. I want you to share that with your friend here, your upline, whoever. I've already shared it with 2 of my friends. Okay, what my impossible, and now I've said it and this is recorded. So now everybody else will know, right? But who's going to keep you accountable? Maybe you share it on your team page. What's your impossible goal? Okay. The other quote that I really love is do less, much better. So when we talk about simplifying, okay, like I said in the beginning, I was doing less, but I wasn't doing it any better. I was coasting. Okay. So if you need to simplify your business and scale it back, you can do that. Okay. But make sure that the tasks that you're putting on the table as must do things, you're doing to the best of your ability. You are committing to that 100%, right? Do not coast. Having too much means you're doing a lot, not well, barely. Okay. Jack of all trades is a master of none. And then the last quote, the standard that you walk past is a standard you accept. And I resonate with this because for months I walked past my office and it was in disarray and I hadn't cleaned out anything and things were everywhere, boxes, all basically it became our like storage room. And I walked past my office every single day. And the standard that I was unknowingly accepting was that I'm not in there doing things because I literally have to have a kind of decently clean space to be in here. So every day that I walk past, the standard that I was accepting was that I'm not working. I'm not getting in my business today. Yes, you can do your business anywhere, but this is just a tangible example. I was not in here doing things. Definitely not doing the right things, right? So what things are you walking past in your business that you are low key accepting as okay that should not be okay? Not having the joint conversations, not booking parties, not getting those warmers out to people, not getting fragrance under people's noses. What are you accepting in your business, right? So, I hope and I'm so excited and I never lose hope. So, y'all are locked in on this. I'm so excited to see what this next season of Scentsy brings. Um, but more importantly, I'm excited to see what we bring to Scentsy because collectively we have to be doing something. We have to be doing the right things with the right mindset in order to drive this ship forward, right? Scentsy can only do so much. Home office can only provide so much energy, so much hope, so much belief. It is our job to attach ourselves to that and to push us forward. In and doing that in your own personal business is what is required of you. Like as a consultant who wants more for their life, that is what's required of you. So, I love you so much and I just know that you are capable of all the scary things that you have. I know that you are worthy of all the dreams that you have. And I'm so excited to kind of have a front seat and watch it all. So I love you so much.